The defending champion of the Allied Challenge is Jerry Kelly. Usually we talk to him on Media Day. We also talk to him during the Allied Challenge and some of the other tournaments that come up on the PGA Champions Tour. But for this, we're going to talk to him via Zoom, as that's what all the reporters had to do for Media Day this year. With us is Jerry Kelly, the defending champion of the PGA Legend Tour Allied Challenge from 2019. Your second so far, or actually your career, your second Schwab Cup points ever. That's fantastic. You also won 3 times last year. We're so glad to have you. And Jerry, it was delightful last weekend to watch you play at the Workday Charity Open as you finished in a 5-way tie with a couple golfers named Ricky Fowler and Hideki Matsuyama. And that must feel great playing, teaming up with the kids.
It was really fun playing with the young guys. It's nice to remind them a little bit that I can still play. But I'm going to let them have that tour, and I'm looking forward to getting back to my day job, which is definitely the Champions Tour, and I am dying to get to the Ally.
Yeah, I don't blame you for that one. We're going to get into that in just a second. Now, obviously, you got to you go up with your skill against the PGA Tour regulars and that. Now, was it for you, was it a matter of staying sharp because of the adjusted schedule this year? Is that why you played in that, or is it you like to test yourself once in a while?
Yeah, I do like to test myself, and as long as there wasn't a Champions Tour opposing it, you know, I'd be happy to go play. And it's nice to see where your game stacks up with the best in the world. And you know, I felt like I could have done better, but I think I did a pretty good job hanging with them. So, you know, I don't have that much to prove staying out there, but It was definitely a tune-up for me to get ready for the real season.
Now, you started off with a 75 last week, but Friday through Sunday, you were right there with everybody. And that must make you feel good to know that you probably hit a little pothole and then you came out and hit such a great finish.
Yeah, I'm
In this edition of Michigan Golf Scene, we're going to take you out to the Michigan Golf Show out in Novi, as we're going to talk to a variety of vendors. We're also going to take you to the AJGA up at Boyne. We're going to be joining a couple of golf courses, talking to some professional players, including some very well-known ones, and a whole lot more. Right now, stay tuned.
Hi, I'm Thad Zott with Zott M59 Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram. It's April, and you know what time it is.
Joe Koser here, and it's time for hockey in the D.
Well, big fella, I'm Rod Allen, and I'm here to tell you it's time for baseball in the D.
Rod, Joe, you're both right. But there is one thing bigger in the D, the deal, baby. DealsInTheD.com is where you'll find every vehicle listed with our very best price.
During our spring clearance event, we have leases starting at $129 per month. DealsInTheD.com.
That's country strong.
Pre-COVID, the Michigan Golf Show had a variety of exhibitors out there, and the crazier the better. Todd Smith is the founder of the Michigan Golf Show, and he talks about why the show was so successful. With me is Todd Smith. You are the founder.
I am.
Of the Michigan Golf Show. Tell you what, because of you, so many people are happy this weekend.
We are going to have a ton of smiles here. I mean, it's time for spring to start, and it's just fun to see this many people getting excited for the season to come.
What I like about your show was you didn't open today until 2 o'clock, and you go, okay. There were people were lined up around the building to get in this place.
Yeah, we on the freeway with traffic backups, and you would think everyone should be working today, but I think everyone has the itch so hard, they're ready to go.
And the Tigers are so bad that this is the new opening day.
That is. I mean, we're still going to have to give them a chance. So, but yeah, and everyone now, we have not heard the polar vortex this year, which has been great. So we're going to have an early spring. So.
All right. Now let's talk more attention on the golf. Every year you got a waiting list for exhibitors, and you sell a lot of the exhibitors that have equipment. I think it's probably last year's equipment. It could be this year's, but you got a lot of stay and play packages. What do you consider the biggest success of your show?
I think the biggest success actually is that we started the show 30 years ago with the intent of the golf game being fun. Whether you're a scratch golfer or a 30 handicap, it should still be fun. You can be serious about it. And we've just continued that on so that, you know, that's what it's supposed to be. The elitist stigma of it has went away. So we try to encourage all the exhibitors. I mean, you don't have to spend $1,000 for a set of clubs if you don't want to. You know, there's awesome, really good clubs that maybe last year's model brand new. You can save money, so then you can go play more time on the courses.
And there you have it. Now, with some of the, what I like about some of these golf equipment people that are here, some of them have the wacky products. And I remember last year there was a guy in a golf cart followed you up and down the fairway. I haven't seen him this year yet, but to me, is it the wackier the better?
You know, everyone has the best idea in their mind, and that's fine, and you encourage innovation. We have one here that's a robotic grass cutter that you program in your thing, and you hear from your couch, and it cuts your grass. And they sell it to a lot of golf courses and people that golf. So, you know, I guess the creativeness is always good to see. If it takes hold, some of it works great, some of it's not, but it's fun to at least try the new things.
What I like is you have golf exhibitors. Yeah, you have your core businesses in the state of Michigan that really, they book this show knowing it's a barometer of the season to come. But you also, which I like to talk about that for a second before we go on to some of the other places all over the country. So is that what you get where some of these businesses are really counting on this show to help propel them a little bit?
Yeah, I think most of them pretty much want to kick off the season. Some of them will do 3 or 4 different golf shows across the nation just to try to build up. But either this is the culmination of their year, and this sort of sets the tone. Usually they'll save the best prices for here, the last push. It's always good for them to plan out the season, knowing how many packages they booked, and they can offer some specials, and you know, as opposed to waiting until July or August and see what comes in.
Now, taking a look at some of the out-of-state, I've seen them from Ohio, Alabama, Virginia, I mean, places all over the country, and they come back year after year, so what you do must work.
Yeah, and a lot of people, and some people just come specifically to see that one exhibitor. We have Jamaica here this year.
Jamaica?
We have Jamaica here. They have 2 courses, beautiful place. We have Mexico here. We got, of course, Ireland. So they come from all over the world to come here, and they book a lot of trips. People get the incentives, and the nice part is you're able to talk to somebody as opposed to just sitting on the internet. You can say, well, what is your packages like, and what's your course like, and what's the town like, and can I bring my entire family?
So it looks like, for me, I guess the bottom line, you've really started a program that's really left quite a legacy, because everybody pencils this show on their first weekend of March calendar.
It's the first time we get to knock the dust off our putters and get going at it.
All right, Todd, thank you. You gave me 5 great minutes, and everybody, thank Todd Smith, and go on to Michigan Golf Shows, because you've already booked 2021.
Yes, we're already half sold out for next year.
What, all the exhibitors?
Yeah. We start the show actually almost 18 months in advance, so we've already sold over half our exhibit space for next year already.
That is a real track of success. Thanks a lot, Todd.
Thank you very much.
You got it.
Homeward bound, I wish I was homeward bound. Home, where my thoughts escaping. Home, where my music's playing. Home, where my love lies waiting silently for me. Homeward bound, I wish I was homeward bound. Home, where my thoughts escaping. Home, where my music's playing. Home, where my love lies waiting silently for me.
Okay, with me is Mike Keith. You're with Ember Exotic Wood Putters.
We can't.
Tell you what, these days
we
everybody's going to the metal
ourselves,
putters and the various alloys and that, but not you. What's so special about Ember Exotic Wood Putters?
It's going to be a fluid situation, and we have to respect the law, and we have to respect,
I know we're in Michigan, but
you know, the area that we're going into.
So it's all good.
Well,
But
Jerry,
these
I
are
look
all
forward
custom
to introducing
handmade.
myself to you
Everyone
in a
is
couple of
handmade. I
weeks.
still have all
Good
my
luck. I know
fingers.
you're going to make some money out there.
They're made out of
and,
exotic
you're gonna
woods from
continue to
all
show
over the
fans.
world.
I don't know
The 2 things we
anybody
look
at all
for in
getting
wood
it. I
are
don't think
beauty
they have a
and
few.
hardness. And we can
But
find a lot of
I know
beautiful
in Ohio,
hardwoods all
I'm
over
going
the
on
world.
Aude-PGA,
Then we
workshop
construct
the
these with a
Old
special
Navy
weight
Marathon. They're
system.
letting people in,
The
but
weight
that's Ohio.
system plus the
But
angle, the lie angle and the loft angle, rolls the ball beautifully right off the face of the club. And if you wonder why wood, you have to ask yourself, with all the technology, why is Major League Baseball still using wood baseball bats? It's because of the feel and the sound. And these putters give you the same feel that a wood baseball bat gives you, as opposed to aluminum. A much better feel, no comparison. So not only do they look beautiful, they're USGA approved. We custom fit them. That's the most important thing we do. If you're not using a custom fit putter, you're probably leaving some strokes out there. We can help you with that. Then we engrave your name on the bottom of the club. When we do that, it turns into a family heirloom. And not only that, but your buddies will be green with envy, and that's usually worth a couple of distraction strokes. So we're the only company that makes all these putters with inlay work. So we'll buy things like this. We have lapel pins from any team in the country or any other theme you can think of. Sometimes military guys will send us their challenge coins, rank, insignia. We can take these things and actually cut into the wood and actually inlay that item in the wood. We're the only company that does that. A little extra work, but it really produces a fantastic putter. So we're under the 800 sign. Come on over and visit us. We'll treat you right. We'll sell you a great putter, lifetime warranty on everything.
There are a lot of golf courses, and especially the resorts out in Gaylord, which is one of the golf meccas of Michigan. We're going to take a look at a course that sometimes gets lost in the mix, and it's Gaylord Country Club. That comes up next.
Me and my boy Matt had it good. He had catnip that was off the hook. But one day, he brings a girl home, and she's allergic to cats. Every sneeze was a nail in my coffin. Now I'm in a shelter. It's decent, but they don't even have Wi-Fi.
With me is JT Aude of the Gaylord Country Club. Gaylord is just one of the top destinations all the state of Michigan to come to and play golf. Gaylord Golf Club, what makes you guys a must-play place?
Well, we're just a really friendly golf course where you can come out and play, enjoy yourself. What you see is what you get. We were built back in 1974 at this location, so it's very playable. It's a golf course that the scratch guy can come out and play it, or the guy that's got a 30 handicap, and they're still going to have a good time out on the golf course.
Now, your course, it looks, looking at a couple of the shots, this almost looks like it has a country club feel. We got, a lot of trees down the sides?
Yes, we are. We're nice and tree lined on all the holes. So what it does is it's an old style country club golf course. We're open to the public, so we want everybody to come out and play it. And it's just a lot of fun to play. And it's always in perfect shape. That we pride ourselves on. You're going to come out here and play, and we're in as good a shape as any of the country clubs around the state of Michigan.
Now, is this a stay and play you got to do if you're coming up to Gaylord?
Well, what we do, we get a lot of drive-bys, people going to Boyne or people going to Treetops, but we work with all the hotels in Gaylord and do stay and play packages with all of them. So feel free to stay at a hotel in town, say, hey, we want to go out and play Gaylord Golf Club. They'll book the golf for you. You pay them, you bring me a receipt, and you're set to go.
So, sounds like a great time. What's new for 2020? Anything, JT?
Well, new for 2020, we're actually in the process right now. We are building a new set of forward tees because we realize that the golfing segment is getting older, and also we're getting the younger kids wanting to play. And it's a traditional old course, so the forward tees are still fairly long for the average golfer and for ladies and for the juniors. So what we've done is we're in the process. If you come up and play this summer, you'll see the construction underway. We're hoping to have them done by the end of August. New set of tees, it's going to be about 3,900 yards.
Wow. Well, tell you what, I want to thank you so much for sharing some of that. And hopefully we'll come up and see you sometime. What's up? Got it. Thank you so much, JT.
Thank you.
Got it.
Homeward bound, I wish I was homeward bound. Home, where my thoughts are escaping. Home, where my music's playing. Home, where my love lies waiting silently for me. skating, home where my music's playing, home where my love lies waiting silently for me.
I have no idea why somebody would come up all the way from Alabama to get Michiganders down to golf, but the one thing that this sport does is that it travels very well. We're now going to take you down to Gulf, Alabama. Carrie T comes all the way from Sweet Home, Alabama. What brings a grits and gravy and sugar, all that tea? What brings you all the way up here?
Well, actually, we've got some great golf in the state of Alabama, and we feel like we're a great destination for golfers from up in this part of the country, especially because we can play golf 364 days a year. Great weather.
Now, when I thought of Alabama, I never really thought about golf all that much, but I found out I was really wrong. You have a ton of golf down there, outstanding golf, and it looks like you got a lot of trees down there. What is the typical your golf courses like down there?
Well, most of the golf courses have a lot of undulated greens, a lot of, in the northern part of the state, we got a lot of mountain part of the Appalachian Mountains, the very foothills. Then you get to the beach area, and we got sort of destination golf there, which resorts, condominiums, and right on the beach golf. And we got the Robert Trent Jones Golf Trail, which a lot of people are familiar with that, throughout the whole state. And then we got great golf on the coast. We got about 8 or 10 golf courses in the Gulf Shores and Orange Beach area.
Now, when you say this is Alabama, now you represent golf courses, all over the state, a certain property? How does this work?
Actually, I work for the state tourism department, so we're here representing the whole state, promoting golf, and we have the partners that travel with me and promote their courses.
Now, do many of the courses down there, they're stay and play where can you stay on property, or would you stay somewhere off property and go, or is it a combination?
You can do either. A lot of the Robert Trent Jones Golf Trail courses have hotel properties that are part of the trail, and they'll book you in their property, or they'll put you in a Hampton Inn or whatever property you want to. Then you get down on the coast, and you got condominiums that they'll put you in. 8 or 10 guys are either in a house or right on the beach. So, I mean, either way, you can have it either in a hotel and stay and play golf, or luxurious accommodations.
It sounds like you got to come down here to Sweet Home, Alabama.
Oh, no doubt about it. We'd love to see you.
If they're all as nice as you, I guess we got to come down there and book it tonight, right?
Exactly. Come over and see us.
I hope that you want to go and check out Gulf, Alabama, and one of the best ways to get there is by Green Oak Golf Carts. Green Oak Golf Carts makes custom golf carts, those ones that you see in your subdivisions more than you see on the golf courses. We're going to take you to the brainchild behind the idea. Hey, Chris Williams of Green Oak Golf Carts. And Chris, you've been a busy guy. I've seen your carts all over town.
Yep, we've been getting pretty busy. Spring's coming, so we're gearing up for it.
Now, taking a look at the golf season, are more courses buying your carts, or are you more the custom luxury market?
We actually don't do much with courses at all. We do mostly private individuals, private hotels, motels, things like that. But we do have a lot of golfers that are from private golf courses that like to buy a golfing cart from us.
Now, what's the usual request? People want to get Michigan State, that kind of thing on their cart?
Actually, they want to do better than their neighbor. Somebody will come in, they'll see that their neighbor bought a blue cart. Well, they got to have a blue cart with fancy wheels and fancy seats, and they got to get a little bit better than their neighbor did.
Now, what are some of the features? I mean, I see that on your cart, what do you work with a lot? Wheels, horsepower, what are some of the things you do?
Mostly like new custom bodies, custom seats, custom tires, wheels, things of that nature. People don't care too much about speed or anything like that. They just want their carts to look good and perform well.
And taking a look, what's new for 2020?
New for 2020 with us, we have some new colors that came out. We have 19 different colors of bodies now. We probably have 100 different options and tires and wheels that you can pick from. So we have a lot of nice new options, some new seats that came out this year. So we have some nice, neat new options this year.
Now, do you make a lot of 4-seat carts, or you pretty much into?
We do. We actually have 2 booths here today. So this one here is primarily just for golf. And then we have another booth on the other side that has all our more personal use 4-seaters, lifted carts in them. So.
Well, thank you so much, Chris. I look forward to seeing some carts out there on the course. I think I saw them at was it Warwick or seen them up there at Warwick Hills and that.
Yep.
So those guys that's your market.
Right. I appreciate it very much. Thanks for stopping and seeing us.
Another great invention for golfers is Grip Dry. We all know what happens to our hands on those sweaty days, rainy days, and a lot more. Well, this product could be the answer to not having your hands drip anymore. With me is Dennis Burnham from Grip Dry, and you have one of the amazing golf products that we have at the show. So tell us a little bit more about Grip Dry.
Well, Grip Dry is a product that you snap on your shaft, and when you drop it on the ground, your club never gets wet. So when you play early golf, what it does also is we got a magnet on it that clips right on the golf cart. So this will go right on your golf cart. So when you want to go up to the green with a wedge or a putter, you drop her down, club never gets wet. Goes right in your back pocket too.
And it looks like the price is right. It's $9.95 or 2 for $17.
And it comes with a ball marker also.
Well, it's built right in.
Yep, built right into it. So, and we actually can make these when you have golf outings too for a giveaway. So we can put your name on it, like Fieldstone, put your ball marker, and we can actually do it a vector file on the actual marker itself. So they're giveaways in golf tournaments.
Well, it sounds like an absolutely awesome thing. Where'd you come up with this idea? I mean, it's so simple. You think somebody thought of it before, but there you come in.
Actually, it was me and my buddy that thought about it, and he actually patented it and trademarked it. So we were just in the Allied Challenge out there at the old Buick Open.
Yeah, I was there, and did you get some of the pros to try the product?
I did. I played actually with Colin Montgomery in the Pro-Am. It was the greatest thing I ever did.
And so Colin really liked the product?
Oh yeah, yep.
Did you call him Mrs. Doubtfire?
No, I called him Monty, believe it or not. Yeah, that was funny.
So we like that.
I loved it. It was the best thing I ever did.
Unbeatable price, service, selection, and customer satisfaction?
That's the Gowling difference. Only at Gowling Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, your Ram store.
During the spring sales event, lease a 2018 Ram 1500 Bighorn Quad Cab 4x4 starting at $199 a month employee, $259 friends and family. Or during the Ram Truck Month, lease a 2018 Ram 1500 Bighorn Crew Cab 4x4, just $239 employee, $289 friends and family. Get to Gowling Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram on Telegraph, north of Square Lake, just west of I-75 at exit 75.
14 clubs. That's what they tell us a legal golf bag can hold. And while that leaves a little room for balls and tees, it doesn't leave room for much else. There's no room left for deadlines or conference calls, not a single pocket to hold the stress of the day or the to-do list of tomorrow. Only 14 clubs. Pick out the right one and drive it right down the middle of pure Michigan. Your golf trip begins at Michigan.org.
One of my all-time favorite golf courses in Michigan, as far as being a hidden jewel, is Hunters Ridge Golf Course. Hunters Ridge is just a fantastic facility, shooting over fescues, wide places that you can drive the ball, beautiful area, lots of great animals that you can see. You see the very best of southeastern Michigan. We're going to take you to the new owners of that golf course. Luigi Foligno, and then Eric Nichols. You are two of the three co-owners of the Links in Hunters Ridge, and you have one of my all-time favorite golf courses. I absolutely love playing there. Can't find it without using my telephone, but I love playing it when I can find your course.
Well, thanks, Roy. I mean, we're very proud of taking ownership this past year of Links at Hunters Ridge, and we really have renovated the course. And matter of fact, we have Paul Albanese, who was the original course designer back with Jerry Matthews 25 years ago, going to help us renovate it even further. And we're really excited. A lot of people don't know about our course, but it's a Links-style course. We're in Howell, Michigan, just off of 96, and we're really happy that we took ownership, and we really think it can be a really nice destination for golf. We've renovated the inside too. We put in a new bar. We have full liquor license now, and so we're really excited about the golf.
Let's talk on it. And if you don't mind passing the mic, watch out that little dolphin. There you go, boy. There you go. We'll point it right back up. What do you think? Well, you have yourself a golf course. It's a lot more work than you thought, right, Eric?
golf course business is a very difficult business, but we really are looking forward to making the course in the best possible condition. We want golfers to come out and see our course. We got large greens, undulating greens, so it's a different golf experience than some of the regular courses that are out there. And as we said, we're trying to make it a very fun and enjoyable experience for everybody.
Now, what are some of the, we made a lot of improvements out there. I love the course the way it was, but I'm sure it's even better. What are a couple of things you want to brag about?
Well, we like we said, we had Paul Albanese is going to create a new master plan for us, and he's going to change some of the bunkers in the future. We're looking forward long term down the road. We may extend one of the par threes to a longer hole, make it a short par three, or a long par three, excuse me. But the course conditions are really good. Last year was a terribly wet year, as you're aware, and our course drains extremely well, so people were able to come play our course when they were cart path only at other courses, or other courses were swamped. So even though you acknowledge the fact that we're a little out there location wise, it's worth the drive to come out and play at Links of Hunters Ridge.
Luigi, Eric, one final question. That log cabin, to me, it was awesome to start off there, and now you come back and now you have, what you say, a bar, or you have more room so that people can have a couple pops?
Yes, we've renovated the log cabin. You know, it's got a fresh coat of paint on the outside, and we put a beautiful bar inside. So now you can come in and enjoy a cocktail after your round of golf. And so we're going to have full food service, so we're really excited.
Well, I can hardly wait. I'm definitely going to have to come out and visit you guys this year. I'll give you a call. Hopefully remember me. Keep my card, and we'd love to brag about you and get some good B-roll out there coming out to golf.
Well, thank you.
Thank you.
This is for every girl who's ever been laughed at or told she doesn't belong.
This is for every girl who's been told she's too loud, too quiet, too this or too that.
This is for every girl who thinks her body isn't good enough.
This is for every girl who feels she doesn't fit in.
This is for every girl who's been told that success and kindness are two different things.
This is for every girl who's been told to give up.
This is us crushing it for you, so you can crush it for the next girl.
With us is Jerry Kelly, the defending champion of the PGA Legend Tour Ally Challenge from 2019. Your second so far, or actually your career, your second Schwab Cup points ever. That's fantastic. You also won 3 times last year. We're so glad to have you. And Jerry, it was delightful last weekend to watch you play at the Workday Charity Open as you finished in a 5-way tie with a couple golfers named Ricky Fowler and Hideki Matsuyama. And that must feel great playing, teeing up with the kids.
It was really fun playing with the young guys. It's nice to remind them a little bit that I can still play. But I'm going to let them have that tour, and I'm looking forward to getting back to my day job, which is definitely the Champions Tour, and I am dying to get to the Ally.
Yeah, I don't blame you for that one. We're going to get into that in just a second. Now, obviously, you got to you go up with your skill against the PGA Tour regulars and that. Now, was it for you, was it a matter of staying sharp because of the adjusted schedule this year? Is that why you played in that, or is it you like to test yourself once in a while?
Yeah, I do like to test myself, and as long as there wasn't a Champions Tour opposing it, you know, I'd be happy to go play. And it's nice to see where your game stacks up with the best in the world. And you know, I felt like I could have done better, but I think I did a pretty good job hanging with them. So, you know, I don't have that much to prove staying out there, but
No.
It was definitely a tune-up for me to get ready for the real season.
Now, you started off with a 75 last week, but Friday through Sunday, you were right there with everybody. And that must make you feel good to know that you probably hit a little pothole and then you came out and hit such a great finish.
Yeah, I'm putting new clubs in. And that's why the beginning of the year on the Champions was so bad, because I put this new set in about 3 days before I left, and it felt like, okay, finally we've got something that I feel like I've been playing with forever. But I knew there were a couple of them that were a little off, and I didn't trust myself. and it showed up in
That's a
competition.
very good shot.
4 shots.
Execution to a T.
Yes, sir. Very nice.
In that first day. So I got them fixed that night, and felt good about the
Nothing like
the
walking
setup
to the
for rest of
18th.
Now, whether you're playing on whatever tour you're on, and assuming you beat the legends most of the time, but the stands all gone and the fans gone, do you feel like you can spray it around, or is your game really just a tee to green, just be laser focused, or do you feel like, can you spray it around? You tell me how you approach it.
Well, that's the hard part about not having grandstands, about not having, the gallery ropes and the gallery on each side of the fairway. You get a much wider field of view, much wider focus, and they say bigger course, bigger misses. And that's kind of what happens when you're not finely tuned. You're not going into a stadium situation on 17, where it's clearly defined. You're not going to go outside of this area. All of a sudden there's this great expanse, and it's tougher to focus in on that smaller target when there's a wider expanse. So it will play a huge role not having people and not having grandstands.
Now, I think it's very cliche to say that the players miss the fans. I know the fans miss you guys out there, but what does it mean for you and the rest of the players? What has been some of the conversation that you guys have had about waiting for fans to come back?
Well, understand it's not cliche, because I need them. I've always told everybody my whole career, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, I'm a pretty good 2 handicap. But once that light goes on for the tournament and everybody gets jacked up, that's what gives me the energy to actually compete and play the game. And it is the fans that is giving us that energy. That's where it's coming from. And it's really hard. You got to drum it up somehow. And I think I have an advantage because I'm defending champion, and that's going to put a little bit more pressure on me. That should give me some good adrenaline. But we want those fans back.
Yes, sir.
Bad.
Very nice.
Well, it sounds to me like it's like Chuck Woolery. It's a love match coming up there at some point. One of I want to talk, we're going to turn it a little bit more to the Ally Challenge. One of my favorite moments was 2 years ago when the Grand Blanc schools, they weren't in session. They had the fans parking and all that. And those kids were standing right outside the scoring tent. I bet you and the players realized they had kids lined up with all the flags, and they got all the names. And I told them, I said, there isn't a guy here that'll stiff you. And those kids were all extremely happy to see you. I think you made somebody's day, these little 8, 9-year-olds. Now they're going to come out and, they won't be able to beat you because they're 50 years, you know what I'm saying. But that must make you feel good when the kids come out to watch you guys.
It's so cool. I mean, really, it's kind of our job out there on the Champions Tour. You've got the PGA Tour that's the best in the world. Our job is to kind of entertain and grow the game. And, some guys on the PGA Tour, they tend not to be able to find the time. Even the guys that were like that who are on the Champions, they all get it now. It's important for us to grow the game and have the kids involved and just be genuinely good people to everybody. I think it's really fun.
Now, last year's Ally Challenge, it always comes down to shot making on those final holes. And because you play this course is different than some of the ones you play. This old style country club course where the tree branches can still trip up a beautiful drive into I don't want to finish the sentence. I guess what I'm getting at here, let me think on this just a second, but what is it about, the finishing holes at Warwick Hills? Where do you got to be? Is there a hole that you have to have a birdie on, or you got to have a par, or you're going to lose a shot to the field?
Well, you've got a birdie opportunity in 16.
For sure, that par 5.
15 is a tough par 4. It's going to be a tough pin, and it's a tough drive.
Mm-hmm.
And then you've got 16, you can make up a shot there. But it comes down to 17. It comes down to 17 when you've got all that adrenaline pumping and you've got all these fans wanting you to make birdie for a beer. It's extremely important that you make birdie for a beer. And, once you get through 17, depending on where you stand in the tournament, you've got to hit a great drive on 18. That's a really good driving hole with a big tree on the left, and don't want to leave it out to the right. It's just a good closing finish. And, it's a great Midwest course. It's right out there in front of you. There's no tricks to it, but you got to go off your ball. I love having the old trees lining the golf course. It just shapes everything so well. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, sure does. And 18's got that green is just kind of like, slopes from back to front. There's a lot going on there, and you got to put it in the right spot.
Yep.
And for sure. Just a couple last questions. Now, moving forward, when you guys are preparing, it looks like your schedule is pretty much fleshed out, although I don't like COVID interviews or whatever, but it looks like you guys got to kind of be flexible this year, because every time we think we're out, they pull us back in. How are you preparing for your stops?
Really? We appreciate the Michigan governor letting us in and letting us play. And all we can do is hope those talks go well, and they see a benefit for us coming in and putting on a show. But we can't guarantee ourselves, of being able to play from week to week. It's going to be a fluid situation, and we have to respect the law, and we have to respect, the area that we're going into.
All right. Well, Jerry, I look forward to introducing myself to you in a couple of weeks. Good luck. I know you're going to make some money out there, and you're going to continue to show fans. I don't know if anybody at all is getting in. I don't know if they're going to have a few. But I know in Ohio, I'm going on the LPGA tour stop at the old Jamie Farr Marathon. They're letting people in, but that's Ohio. And but at least you can show them, whether it's TV or in person. It looks like it's going to be TV only this year. But I know you're going to show that, because you guys are the best game in town. Thanks a lot for all you do, man.
My pleasure. Thanks a lot. It's awesome. Can't wait to see you guys.
All right, got it. A couple weeks. Thanks, Jerry. Michigan golf scene as we're shooting it at the Flint Country Club, located up obviously in Flint, right off of I-75 and 475. It's a terrific venue. The Michigan PGA is going to be played later this summer. And with that, without further ado, we're going to take it into our segments. We'd like to thank everybody from the Michigan Golf Show, the AJGA. We'd like to thank Boyne Highlands. We'd also like to thank Scott Brodebeck of the Flint Country Club, and a whole lot more. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Make sure you check us out on www.midwestsportscene.com. Go to the Michigan Golf Scene page, and you'll get everything you need to know. Same address coming up on Facebook. So whether it's our website or Facebook, please check us on out. I'm Roy Akers. Until next time, good swinging, everybody.